a fatal deal with the devil that caused a young woman to lose 3 relatives. Now, an otherworldly force is after her and her little children. Will the psychics manage to break the deadly contract? This is Psychic Investigations, a show of real and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate sensational criminal cases and incredible supernatural phenomena. A small village near the capital of Ukraine, a typical 2-story building. But in one of the apartments, terrifying things are happening.
I fear for myself and my family. If I live there, something might happen to me.
The owner of this 3-room apartment is 27-year-old Tetiana Boichenko. She is married and has 3 children, 9-year-old son Bohdan, Victoria, who is just over a year old, and a month-old Angelina. Tetiana is convinced that when she is not home, someone breaks in and imposes their own rules.
I put the kids' toys in plastic bags, and all those bags were turned inside out.
When Tetiana leaves home, she turns off the lights, but when she comes back, they're on. Once, she nearly flooded the downstairs neighbors, even though she clearly remembers checking the taps before leaving.
The bathtub was almost full of water. Luckily, it didn't flood anyone.
Once, a downstairs neighbor complained to Tetiana that she was stomping around in high heels and slamming the doors. But at that time, no one was home.
The doors slam shut and someone walks around the apartment. The floors are wooden, so every step echoes loudly.
After they got married, the husband moved into his wife's apartment. She took care of the children while he worked. Unexplained visits continued and even grew more frequent while they were away.
We'd leave the lights on and sleep with them on because we were so scared. Eventually, we decided we just had to move out after all.
To escape the trouble, the couple moved to the husband's hometown, but tenants kept moving out one after another, not even lasting a month.
I woke up and went into the kitchen. The gas burner was on, though I hadn't lit it. I fainted. Luckily, there was a chair nearby that caught me. I fell onto it, sat there for a bit, then gathered myself and went to work, shaking all over.
Now, the apartment has a bad reputation, and nobody wants to rent it. The owner is genuinely frightened, so she turned to people with psychic abilities for help.
I hoped that Olena Kurilova could help me understand what was going on.
I see a large, beautiful house. Everything starts shaking, dishes clatter, people scream in panic and run out. But this is caused by some supernatural force. These aren't natural disasters.
Together with Olena Kurilova, shaman Marina Komushku takes on the case.
I dreamed that I was caught in some kind of whirlwind, and it started carrying me away. Everything was spinning before my eyes, and a laugh, something inhuman, echoed around me. In that whirlwind, I wasn't alone. It felt like all the evil spirits were gathered there, witches jumping, dancing, having fun.
And I see people being sucked in, dragged underground as if some force is sending them to the other side. I believe the young woman and her family are in danger.
Hello.
Hello.
Very strange things are happening in my apartment. I'd like your help to understand what's going on.
All right then, Tetiana, let's go.
Here's my apartment. Please, come in.
There's something strange here. I sense a presence. Some kind of entity just rushed past me. Is the kitchen over there? May I go?
Yes, of course, please.
The apartment has been empty for about 6 months, but neighbors complain about gatherings at night. Someone screams loudly, turns on music, and bangs on the radiators. What will the psychics sense? Who comes here and why, when no one is supposed to be inside?
The glass was just standing there, and then it moved. I decided to read something off the cabinet, reached out my hands, and the glass started shifting. I understood. It was a sign. You don't need to know what's really happening here.
It feels like you're lying down, the lights are off, and you're being lifted into the air.
That happened. I was thrown up on a spring bed, almost to the ceiling.
Tetiana had never told anyone about this strange incident before. To this day, she still can't explain what exactly happened. She was 8 years old, sleeping, when she suddenly woke up as if some force had thrown her all the way up to the ceiling. The girl landed on the floor. But what was it?
I had a vision. The clock hands started spinning wildly backwards. It was like a countdown, as if the clock was telling us time had run out, and some huge danger was approaching. There are very few apartments here. Nobody sees anyone else, right? You leave, and no one walks through the hallway.
There are only 4 apartments in this block. All the neighbors know each other well. And if a stranger appears, they're immediately noticed.
I want to see an image of someone involved in this. Someone who comes here. I'm going outside.
You know, there's a very frightening sight. There's a woman who likes to wander through your apartment. She has no eyes, no nose. She cries. She wants revenge. She's searching for the people who mutilated her.
Could it be that a brutal murder happened in Tetiana's apartment, and she is somehow connected? Is that why the spirit of the deceased comes here? To get revenge on the homeowner?
That was long ago.
She was tortured like in a prison.
This woman was desperate and brave, and she paid for it.
Longtime locals still remember how during World War II, the Germans marched a young woman down this street. They were searching for her brothers and father, but she refused to talk. To break her silence, they tortured her cruelly. She endured all the torment stoically and died without confessing a thing.
It was terrible. She was a liaison for a partisan group.
But what does it all mean? Why might the spirit of this woman appear in Tetiana's apartment? And is this connected to the strange occurrences happening here when no one is home?
I also see little boys. They're playing in the snow. There's a chill, a twisted, cold body. Someone died nearby, right?
Yes, it happened. A boy was sledding on the hill here. He went sledding and flew off with the sled.
Into a manhole or something, a pit. Then they pulled him out.
Yes, they pulled him out later. He froze and died.
This tragedy happened about 5 years ago. Children were sledding on a hill when one flew into an open manhole. No one even noticed.
There's water. Firefighting pits. Big ones, you know? There was water there. He slid right into it.
And there's another woman, abandoned by everyone all alone. She's like she's in boiling water or acid,
Something sticks and burns.
like a huge burn. She's dying here too.
This happened more than 20 years ago. A local woman in her 70s was cooking aspic and couldn't hold the pot with the freshly cooked dish. The elderly woman died from severe burns.
She scalded herself with boiling water, I think.
But how are these people connected to the strange phenomena happening in Tetiana's apartment?
I feel like there's a magnet here, drawing spirits, entities. It's like a bacchanalia of some kind. All these spirits, for some reason, are being pulled into Tetiana's apartment. I see a man, around 40 years old. He's your blood relative. He's saying something to me. Right away, I understood. It's Tetiana's father. They share the same features, and he looked at her with such loving eyes. He wanted to say something, but he couldn't. He was calling her into some big house.
Tetiana's father, Vasya, passed away 20 years ago. According to the coroner's report, he suffered a heart attack.
It's not here, it's a private house with a yard. You know where it happened, right?
Yes, I know.
The clairvoyants head to the place where Tetiana's father's body was found 20 years ago.
Oh, look. My earring fell off. It felt like someone yanked the earring from my ear. It was such a sharp pain. I just noticed a dark silhouette whooshing past me. Oh, I'm missing my other earring. The clasps are pretty secure. That's strange. It's never happened before. Here's my other earring. It feels like someone's playing with me. Rushing around, sometimes pulling the earrings off, then returning them. I was in shock. Hello.
Who are you?
My mom and stepdad used to live here.
We'll just look around, okay?
This woman's name is Svetlana. She is the daughter of Vasya's friend.
Everything's changed here already. Was this a construction site?
At the time of Tetiana's father's death, this building was still under construction. No one lived here then.
Marina, come here. Tetiana, would you mind too? This is the place where they found him?
And that's true. It was right here that a neighbor saw Vasya's body from her window and called the police.
When I was working and trying to understand what happened to Tetiana's father, someone kept interfering. You know, something dark and quick. It darted around so fast, like a black lightning bolt.
To get to the bottom of things, Olena Kurilova went inside the house.
I saw something strange in there. It turned out to be a house spirit. He was worried, but generally harmless. He tried to show me what happened to Tetiana's father. The house spirit told me that on the last night of his life, Vasya had been drinking. He tended to drink a little. Vasya came to this construction site to share a drink with his friends. But something went wrong and he died. He's showing me the funeral, and you were little then? Like in first grade?
Yes.
Your mother was crying so hard and she fell to her knees without even realizing it, asking for forgiveness. Forgive me. Please forgive me. Inside, forgive me.
Olena struggled terribly after Vasya's death. She didn't know how to go on, left alone with 3 small children.
After she fell to her knees weren't right somehow.
Her legs hurt badly after that.
Yes.
The day after the funeral, Tetiana's mother noticed strange yellow spots on her knees.
She practically died with those spots. They never went away, and then her legs started to hurt.
The woman went to doctors, but they couldn't explain what those spots were. The strange marks never left Olena's knees until the end of her life, and they hurt terribly.
Those spots were caused by the influence of some otherworldly force. It was this very force that led Tetiana's father to that construction site on the day of his death, tempting him to drink. Because of that influence, Tetiana's father suffered a heart attack, and right after him, that same force pulled Tetiana's mother toward death.
Her mother died 4 years after her father. The woman asked her daughter for water. When Tetiana brought it, she found her mother already dead.
It basically happened right in front of me. The last thing she asked for was water. When I brought it to her, it was already too late.
That same force is pulling her brother in as well, like some kind of pit.
7 years ago, Tetiana's brother was walking home from his own birthday party. He was with a friend and a cousin. It was dark outside. They were crossing the street. A car appeared out of nowhere. The cousin survived. Tetiana's brother lost his legs and died on the spot, along with his friend.
You could say Svetlana was lucky. She got thrown to the side, onto the curb, and only her leg was badly broken, but the rest were torn apart on the road.
The force that causes the poltergeist in Tetiana's apartment also took her parents and brother to the other side. That's when I got a vision. The appearance of this force was triggered by some kind of magic. Why are all the spirits from around the area gathering in her apartment?
When I entered the apartment, I saw an old woman. I understood it was a phantom. She was of average height, a little plump.
There is the spirit of an old woman in your apartment who opened the door with her keys. And now all the spirits are coming through there.
She was in a nightgown, a long one made of calico.
From these descriptions, Tetiana recognized her grandmother, Hanna, the former owner of the apartment. Tetiana inherited the home from her. Hanna died at the age of 92. Her heart suddenly stopped. It happened in the house that now no one, including her granddaughter, can live in.
We want to go now to the apartment where we were before.
Without wasting time, the psychics, together with Tetiana, return to the mysterious apartment. What's happening there and why?
I feel a certain stickiness here. I want to stand behind you and close you off to protect you, because I feel a pulling force. When I arrived at the apartment, I thought that the entity that attached itself to me in the yard, where they found Tetiana's father, had detached. But it didn't. It practically climbed onto my head. By the way, your grandmother, Hanna, tell me, was she able to see things? Did she have any abilities?
She used to read cards.
The woman says that as far back as she can remember, people would come to her grandmother asking for fortune-telling or help with love problems.
Mostly young girls would come and ask questions like, "He left me, will he come back?"
She didn't heal anyone, she got information from somewhere. It's like she opened some kind of doorway. She wasn't from a family line of seers, was she? No one else in your family could see things or practice magic?
There is no one in your homeland who has such treasures.
Yes, no one.
My gift was passed down through my family line. But with Hanna, I have a question. Where did her abilities come from?
You see, your grandmother's gift was acquired. When a person makes a pact with the devil assigns them a demon who helps them with tarot readings, visions, and so on. Tetiana's grandmother definitely wanted to have a gift. But to get it, she had to make a deal with otherworldly forces. She said, "I want to gain this at any cost. And the price is always human lives." That's why Tetiana's loved ones died.
Hanna's activities were far from harmless. She didn't tell you everything.
She also cast curses and love spells.
She knew how.
A devil helped her.
During her life, the grandmother heard strange sounds. It all started with her.
She said she heard footsteps like someone was walking near her.
Tetiana recalls that when her parents were alive, she and her grandmother heard odd noises and rustling. The grandmother said it was just a house spirit playing around.
It's like a gateway here, like a door to some kind of devilry. Everything gets drawn in here, all the restless souls. It's like a witch's coven, and from time to time, chaos erupts. The force that lifted you to the ceiling, those are devils.
Grandmother shouldn't have meddled with that.
But Hanna died a long time ago, so why did the strange, inexplicable things that happened here during her life only intensify after the old woman's death?
When the woman died, that demon didn't go anywhere. It stayed in her apartment.
When the grandmother died, the demon was left unemployed. So out of boredom, it probably started gathering the souls of the dead here.
And then I finally understood who ripped off my earrings, tried to interfere with the investigation, and distracted me in my work. It was that very demon that had helped Hannah. It followed me from the apartment and in its devilish way tried to get in the way. It's like on major holidays when spirits are especially active. They all gather at this point.
It's hard to believe, but Tetiana says that the peak activity of the so-called poltergeist really does coincide with major religious holidays. Could it be that gatherings of otherworldly forces really happen in this ordinary apartment near Kiev?
I can't even understand how Tetiana managed to survive among all this darkness. She urgently needed help. I believe Tetiana needs strong protection, and the house needs to be cleansed so that the demons stop their coven here. Everything will be fine, don't worry.
Thank you so much. I am very grateful to the psychics for coming and helping me figure this out. I'm not worried about myself anymore because they put up protection for me and my children. I think everything will be okay.
A demon from the other world takes family away, members one by one. Don't miss out. The psychics will find who summoned the evil entity. But can they stop death? This woman's family is asking the psychics for help. Being 35, Ina Kochube says that her life is over.
I died with my child.
Ina's son, Anatoly, died under mysterious circumstances. It happened on the railway tracks in the town where the family lives.
A train hit my son. He was 17. I only lived for him.
Ina's older sister, Jana, says there's no formal crossing at the place where it happened. Yet the locals usually cross the tracks there. For many years, Anatoly also walked this path. That evening, he was returning home as usual.
Ina called him and he said, "Yes, Mom, I'll be home soon."
It was their last conversation, after which the boy stopped answering the calls.
Later, a policeman answered the phone and said Anatoly was dead.
The teenager who regularly crossed the railway tracks to and from home knew the train schedule well. Furthermore, when he saw him on the tracks, the train driver sounded the horn loud for a long time. Did Anatoly really see or hear nothing?
The police said it was an accident.
The train driver told the police that the young man seemed frozen on the track.
The driver said he was just standing there, as if something were holding him in place.
There are no witnesses to the tragedy, but everyone around heard the endless, piercing train horn.
He was pulled here from over there. It's about 20-30 meters.
No alcohol or drugs were found in Anatoly's blood. The investigators concluded it wasn't suicide, and the family insists he had no reason to do it. Anatoly graduated from school successfully and aspired to develop himself.
He was very talented, and he wanted to be a sound engineer.
I miss my child. I'd give anything to hear his voice.
But the most terrifying part is that this is the third death in the family within a short period. First, Ina's beloved husband passed away. The man died at 37 from a sudden heart attack.
The only thing I could say was, it's impossible.
The woman stayed alone, strangely, but on the same day, 3 months later, her sister's husband died, too. He was also 37, and his heart suddenly stopped as well.
I feel desolated and miss him terribly.
The women are convinced the evil entity, looking like a werewolf, is killing the men in their family. Each sister sees it at her home.
It's like an animal covered in fur, yet it resembles a human.
Some kind of werewolf.
The horrifying otherworldly creature appears before each death in the family occurs, as if it's mocking the sisters.
It choked me and laughed.
I start praying, but I can't utter the prayer, and I only hear the eerie laughter.
The mother didn't believe her daughters for a long time until she witnessed this ominous entity with her own eyes at her home.
It's like some kind of beast. It strangled me and I couldn't get up or scream.
The women had their homes consecrated, bought protective talismans, hung horseshoes, and even consulted village seers to banish the evil entity, but all in vain.
Our family is dying out, like someone is finishing us off.
Now, the women worry about the remaining men in the family, their father, brother, and especially the youngest family member, Jana's son.
Losing your child is the worst thing imaginable.
Recently, 12-year-old Sasha narrowly escaped death. Someone invisible pushed him when he was at home, and he fell and hit his temple on the corner of a table.
He had a huge bruise on his head. It was awful.
The doctors said Sasha was lucky. If the impact had been a centimeter lower, he wouldn't be alive.
Please come and help us.
Azerbaijani psychic Kayal Alekbarov and Ukrainian clairvoyant Jana Shulikova agreed to help. On the eve of the investigation, Kayal arrived in Ukraine. On his way from the airport, he decided to call his colleague to discuss what he sensed.
My jinns showed me a strange clock without hands and with strange symbols instead of numbers. Suddenly, the clock burst into flames. My jinns also showed me a woman's hand with a glinting needle, and they said, "Beware of the third yes."
Needles are often used in dark rituals, but what kind of werewolf is haunting the family? Let's find out. Reveal yourself.
Zana, it's behind you.
The next moment, it flung by me and seemed to enter the tablet screen like a portal.
We still don't know how to explain it, but the driver who was transporting the psychic and his translator suddenly fainted.
Are you all right?
Our driver fainted right after you summoned the entity. I barely kept control of the vehicle.
The werewolf didn't want us to interfere.
The next morning, the psychics are ready to proceed with their investigation.
Yesterday, I saw the spirit of a man in the mirror, the same man whose death I predicted many years ago when I was in Zakarpattia region. He was a young man. When I looked at him, I saw him lying, covered in blood at the feet of a woman. I remember warning him back then, "Be careful, you might die young."
Why did he come to see you now?
He said, "Tell her the whole truth. She's suffering greatly." It's weird that his spirit appeared while I was working with the photo of the family. They're somehow connected.
Hello.
I'm so grateful you've come.
Indeed, the werewolf-looking evil entity is involved in all the deaths in your family. But I never suspected that its appearance was linked to a horrifying murder.
What's that strange sound?
Wait,
Someone's knocking.
like a bird pecking at a window pane. He's crying and
Jana, do you see a spirit?
yes,
Who's that?
he's tall, dark-haired and thin.
That's my husband.
He says he knocked on your window before.
Yes, yes.
It turns out that after Ole's death, Jana and her son indeed heard strange knocking on the window at night.
My son and I woke up because someone was knocking on the window.
He says, "My kitty."
That's what he used to call me.
He's standing next to you, his hands are on your shoulders.
I felt him hugging me. I'll never forget you.
Your late husband wants to protect his son from this evil force.
He's telling me to look for a house with 2 dogs.
That's probably my mother's house.
The entity appeared there. Can we go there?
Yes.
My name is Larissa. This is my husband.
The spirit of Jana's husband brought us here.
He was like a son to us.
Come in.
Did you just hear the laughter? It was inhuman, eerie laughter.
Yes, someone laughed.
Apart from Jana and me, only those whom the entity was hunting heard its laughter, and the laughter sent chills down my spine.
I'm trembling.
The entity feeds on grief and despair. Let's go inside quickly. I see the spirit of a young man. It's your grandson, who died under the train. Where is his mother?
She's here, but she's very unwell. She doesn't wish to live.
Your grandson's spirit says, "Tell Mom not to cry. She must continue living. I love her very much, and I love all of you."
Anatoly, my dear.
We love you very much, our dear boy.
He says, "This animosity makes you weak. Enough of it." I don't really understand what's going on. Anatoly, who did you see before your death?
What kind of entity is that?
Where did it come from?
Anatoly is showing me a needle.
Did you find any hidden needles here?
My husband did.
One needles, and then another tucked in like that.
It's possible the entity was bound to them.
Do you suspect anyone of this?
Yes, her name is Kaleria.
Kaleria is Larissa's best friend. During the celebration of her husband's birthday, while everyone was at the table, she, for some reason, went to this room, and then they found the needles hidden in the wallpaper.
Since then, all these misfortunes began.
The women haven't spoken for 10 years since the incident with the needles.
Your friend is connected to magic. I see books next to her.
She had some nasty spells in them.
She has a special room there with candles.
She practices witchcraft. That's why we suspect her.
Let's go to see her.
As soon as everyone stepped into the yard, it started snowing, and Jana Shulikova inexplicably froze in place.
I see that young man again.
The one from Zakarpattia?
Yes. He's not related to you.
Not related and...
He said, "You'll learn the truth about my death from her." He's pointing at Larissa.
Who is he?
Jana, let's first deal with that woman.
Hello. We are here to help this family. You know them, don't you?
Of course I do.
You visited this family's house, and then they found some needles there.
I definitely didn't do it.
I came into the room, and you were sitting there alone, weren't you?
Honestly, I don't remember that. I never did any magic at all.
But I sense you did magic.
I recited prayers to ward off the evil eye.
Not just prayers, but also spells. But, Larissa, it wasn't your friend who summoned the entity.
Thank you, Kayal. I carried this burden for 10 years. I can only offer my condolences for your grief. I never wished any harm to you.
Now nothing spoils your friendship again.
We miss each other. Larissa, thank you so much.
But who left those needles then?
Kayal Alekperov asked for a few minutes to work with his sacred book.
A woman who used to be your neighbor brought the needles to the house. But the charm didn't work.
It has no connection to the terrible deaths in the family.
And then my djinns showed me the strange clock without hands again.
He had a dream about a clock.
It had little coffins instead of the hands.
I feel it's connected to your house. We need to go back there.
There he is. Stop.
What happened, Jana? Is that the dead boy from Zakarpattia?
He's lying on the ground covered in blood. He was killed, Kayal.
He was killed right on this spot.
But what does the spirit want from the psychics? And what does all this have to do with the family?
Her son killed him. This blood is on your family's hands.
Sasha did it.
The tragedy happened right here. But how come Larissa's son killed someone?
It happened because of a girl.
He wanted to protect her.
That evening, Alexander and his friends saw two men trying to rob a young girl.
We saw the girl crying. One started running away and the other was rummaging through her purse. We didn't intend to kill them. The things just got too heated.
You stood up for the woman and a fight started, right?
The fight started and ended right here.
That's why in my vision, I saw the dead young man next to a woman.
Was one of the victims from Zakarpattia?
Yes, he was somewhere from the west.
I heard him promise his mother a lot of money before leaving home. His friend called him with him, saying he needed to collect a debt, but it was actually a planned robbery. When the friend attacked the girl, the young man from Zakarpattia was shocked.
He ran away because he got scared.
He wasn't a robber.
He keeps coming because the mother considers him a criminal.
He wanted us to tell the truth. But I sense that you believe the deaths in your family might be connected to this murder.
Yes. We thought Sasha's sin affected our entire family.
This idea occurred to the family members after Larissa's grandson tragically died on the railway track. It happened on the date when, 13 years ago, his uncle committed the murder.
The fact that Tolya died on November 4th and that Sasha killed those men on November 4th, could it really be a coincidence?
No, it's not a coincidence.
For my sins. My mother blames me too.
The family members turned into enemies.
My mother thinks I'm her enemy because I support Sasha.
The entity preying on men in your family appeared shortly after the murder. There is a connection between these two events.
The young man's spirit told me, return to their house.
The murdered man's spirit is showing me an image from the past. I see this room. There's a table and candles burning. And on the table, there's a round board with letters.
People summoning spirits.
Ina summoned a spirit. She drew a circle and wrote letters and moved a needle.
Why did you summon the spirit?
To ask when Sasha would be released.
The woman says she and her sister loved their brother and were deeply concerned when he was arrested. To find out if Alexander really killed someone and what would happen to him, they took a desperate step and decided to summon a supernatural force.
The board is often used during spirit summoning sessions. When the spirit responds, it moves the needle on a thread, pointing at the letters to spell out words.
He answered us letter by letter.
That's why you saw the clock of death in your dream.
We drew the board like a clock face.
We wanted to talk to my mother.
But that wasn't your mother's spirit at all. What did it say when it came?
I will take your soul.
Who did the sisters summon from the other world that he threatened to take their souls?
Oh, Lord.
To even understand this, we need a seance. We need a table, paper, and a marker. Was it like this?
Yes.
We need to open the window. It will be our portal.
Who are you? Come to us.
It moved on its own. The needle. It was responding.
Are you here? Yes. Do you want to talk? Yes. Are you an entity? No. Are you a demon?
Dear God. The window slammed shut.
It's horrendous. The candle toppled. There can be a fire.
The women summoned a demon.
Help us, please.
We must send the demon back to the other world.
Using fire and the needle, I was supposed to summon the demon. And the family members were to offer him a ransom.
He's here. I see his horns.
I see the horns too.
Give him the ransom, quick.
Throw it.
The demon refused from the ransom. He tried to attack with fire.
Oh, dear God.
Kayal, you're bleeding.
Blood is what the demon wants. The demon accepted my blood. I see the spirit of your grandson, Larissa. He says, I can't bear to watch you argue. The murder committed by my uncle separated you and made you enemies.
The women can't hold back tears because it's true.
We're really enemies. It hurts so much.
It's painful to see. Our family is falling apart.
Family means protection, and only together you can resist any evil force.
I'm so grateful to you.
Thank you.
This is simply horrifying. A random crime destroyed a once happy family, but we hope that thanks to the psychics, these people can become close to one another again. A real-life horror movie. Why has a ghost possessed the body of a young beauty and is now trying to kill her? Will the psychics manage to save the poor girl? Don't miss one of the most shocking investigations ever. Ukraine, a small town near the capital. In this house lives the Uryukov family. Mother, father, their daughter Alina, and son Yevhen. Everyone is worried about Alina. She is 17, just finished school. She loves music and writes her own songs, but recently, something strange has been happening to her. She says that nearly every night, a ghost torments her.
Something grabs my hand. I feel this icy cold.
Her mother constantly sees her in tears, and Alina keeps telling her about a strange entity that threatens her.
It says, "Soon I will take full control of you."
Lately, the spirit has not only been grabbing the girl's hands, but even strangling her.
Bruises and scratches appear, then turn into scars. This one is still on me.
But the most terrifying thing happened a month ago. The ghost returned, and this time, Alina barely survived.
I was sitting on my bed watching a movie when I heard this rustling sound outside my window. And then, I remember seeing something white standing right next to me. And suddenly, this sharp pain. It felt like I was in a fog. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. With my last bit of strength, I just screamed.
Alina's mother, Olena heard her daughter's horrifying scream from the next room and rushed in. The sight left her paralyzed with fear. Her child was convulsing violently on the bed.
She was twisting, screaming, "Mommy, save me, I'm dying!" I panicked. I called the ambulance, and they rushed in, started examining her, put her on a stretcher. They said it was pneumothorax.
Pneumothorax, the buildup of air between the two layers of the membrane that covers the lungs. When air enters this space and the pressure inside becomes higher than in the lungs, breathing becomes impaired.
Air flows in when you inhale, but it doesn't escape when you exhale.
Air kept building up inside Alina's lungs, but she couldn't exhale.
If a patient doesn't receive medical attention in time, it can be fatal.
An emergency surgery lasted nearly 6 hours. Alina was incredibly lucky. She was saved.
The doctor told me you only had 20 minutes left. You got lucky.
Pneumothorax usually occurs in 2 cases: due to chest trauma or lung diseases such as abscess, tuberculosis, or inflammation.
She never had any health problems.
The cause of Alina's attack remains a mystery to the doctors. Her family and Alina herself are terrified.
I beg you, please come and help my child.
I'm afraid of dying. I still want to live. Please help me before it's too late.
Ukrainian clairvoyant Olena Kuryilova and British medium Anna Galliers take on the case.
Olena, I had a strange vision on the plane. I saw the angry eyes of a young man. He grabbed me by the throat and struck me, and then, in an instant, everything changed. It was cold and damp, darkness all around. I looked up, and there was a bright light, like a full moon. But then something happened, like an eclipse. The full moon started shrinking until it completely disappeared, and I was left in complete, impenetrable darkness.
Anna, last night I had a terrifying dream. It was as if I was in a tiny pitch-black room. In front of me sat a black cat. Then a door appeared on the wall. It opened, the cat darted through it, and I followed. And on the other side there was a well. And beyond the well there she was, Alina. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for responding. Please help my daughter.
Look into my eyes. The threat to her life.
In this house, Alina, you've encountered something from the other side more than once.
Yes.
Then maybe the problem lies within your house?
That's not our cat.
This is someone else's cat.
But how did it get here?
The windows and doors are closed. It couldn't have just slipped through.
It feels like this black cat has appeared near you before.
Yes, I remembered. Just this week I was walking through the city and I saw a black cat. It was just standing there staring at me. This is the same one.
Who are you? Don't touch me.
When it started scratching Olena, I was in shock. The eyes weren't cat-like. It was mad, wild. Its gaze was like the devil's.
I still don't understand what this cat is. Let's isolate it for now. I'll let it stay here for a while.
Something also happened to you that's connected to the cat, in a dream.
I woke up in the middle of the night gasping for air. I dreamt of a cat sitting on my chest. But when I woke up, nothing was there.
And your brother has felt something too.
I was sleeping and I dreamt of a cat. It was walking toward me and started scratching. In the dream, it was choking me.
Yevhen, give me your hands. I see a woman's eyes. A woman. she's saying something. They don't listen to me.
A spirit of some woman is trying to tell you something. That's why it often roams this house. I'm looking over there, and from the room where you, Olena, locked up the black cat, there was just a strange light, like a camera flash. Let's go into that room, the one with the cat. Strange, but I no longer feel any negative energy.
It's gone.
The cat really isn't here. Where did it go?
Chills down my spine.
I was in shock.
That wasn't a cat, it was a shapeshifter. A shapeshifter is a being that can transform into an animal or back. Until we entered the room, I could feel the presence of a female spirit in this house. But the moment we found out the cat had disappeared, the spirit vanished with it.
I need to go outside for some air.
Alina is breathing heavily. It's clear she feels really unwell.
Alina, what's happening?
Are you feeling sick?
The girl stops responding to questions. Tears stream from her eyes.
Alina!
Look at me.
Suddenly, through her tears, the girl began to laugh.
That's not her. That's not her.
Alina changed in an instant. Her eyes, that laughter, it wasn't her. And most importantly, her energetic aura turned completely gray. That only happens in cases where a spirit has taken over a person's body. Somebody, give me a lighter.
It was as if there were two people inside Alina at the same time.
In medicine, this is called dissociative identity disorder, but in reality, it could be spirit possession of a person. And if the spirit fully takes over a person's consciousness, it kills.
Sometimes something enters her.
I had to take drastic measures.
It seems Alina has regained consciousness. Only later was she able to explain her condition.
My chest started to feel tight. And that's it. After that, I couldn't control myself and remember nothing.
This isn't the first time. She lashes out, curses. My child becomes unrecognizable.
I don't remember my attacks.
Each time, Alina says, it happens the same way. First, she sees a white apparition. Then, something seems to choke her, and she begins to see everything as if through a fog. It's like a dream where you can't control your actions.
Even if she went to every psychiatrist in the world, they wouldn't find a diagnosis.
She's already seen a psychiatrist.
I went to a psychiatrist. He said everything was normal.
Alina was sent home, but a few days later, the attack happened again.
I just thought maybe I had lost my mind a little.
You haven't lost anything. This is an attempt to take your soul.
Something is trying to possess you, Alina. All your attacks are attempts to push your soul out and replace you.
I hope someone will help my child.
The most important thing now is to find out who this spirit is and why it chose you.
I had a vision, as if a black cat was nearby. It ran into a small neighboring house in Alina's yard. Strange, but I saw something similar in my dream before the investigation. There was nothing around, just a black cat sitting in front of me. A door appeared on the wall. The cat ran into it and I followed. Let's go there.
I can feel the energy of a dead person coming from there.
The clairvoyants point to a small annex. This is where Alina currently lives.
I'm being shown a small wooden box. There are some pieces of jewelry inside. Are they yours?
Yes. Yes, they're in there. Here,
May I open it?
Yes.
Something is missing from the box. There was a ring here. A woman gave it to you.
She has curly hair. She comes here sometimes.
That's Grandma Ludmila.
The ring that was taken from Alina's box was removed from a dead person.
Wait. She used to bring things home from the morgue, remember?
She worked at the morgue. A small wedding ring, I just remembered. It's in our house. I don't know where she got it from.
The ring that Alina's grandmother had given her was indeed once inside her jewelry box. Now, it is stored separately.
The ring belonged to a woman who had died. And I thought, what if it's her spirit that is trying to possess Alina's body? Can we speak to the grandmother?
Hello.
This is my grandma, Ludmila.
Lyudmila, do you recognize this item?
No.
You gave it to me once.
Did I? I must have forgotten.
Lyudmila, but you worked at the morgue.
Yes, as an orderly.
Did you take this ring from a dead person at the morgue?
The woman burst into tears.
It's my fault. I worked at the morgue, and as soon as I started my shift, I took a ring off someone.
The woman said that times were tough for the family. She had hoped to make some money, but never managed to sell the ring. Eventually, she gave it to her granddaughter.
After this ring appeared in your home, strange things began happening, didn't they?
I see things, hear rustling, knocking sounds.
The owner of the ring was a woman, and this piece of jewelry was very important to her.
Behind Alina, I suddenly saw the black cat again. It instantly turned into a woman. She pointed at Anna's hands, where the ring was, and said, "I only need that. I don't need the girl."
Fortunately, the spirit isn't evil. It only asks for what rightfully belongs to it. You need to take the ring to a cemetery and leave it there on any grave, and the spirit will leave. It is not possessing the girl. Besides, Alina, you only got this ring recently.
Yes, just recently.
Let's go to your place.
However, the girl suddenly feels unwell again.
I can't control my body. I feel awful.
Who are you? Tell me. You can speak, can't you?
Yes.
Why did you come to this living girl?
She has already lived long enough. I have the right to live too.
Breathe. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale loudly through your mouth. Open your lungs. Open them. She wants to live your life so badly. She is trying to take over your body.
But who exactly is the clairvoyant talking about? As Alina recovers from another attack, Anna Galliers silently walks off, away from the Uryukov family's home.
I hear a whisper, a woman's voice, but it's not a living person. We need to go this way.
My God, what's happening? Get some water.
I don't know what's happening. It was terrifying. It felt like I fell into some kind of pit. It was dark, and there was a lot of water.
There's a well here.
Oh my God, someone died in that water. A girl. I can see a vision now. A young girl and a boy near this well. He attacks her, grabs her by the neck, strangles her, and throws her into the well before sealing it shut. I've seen a similar vision before. His cruel eyes. He's trying to grab me by the throat. When he threw the girl into the well, she was still alive, barely breathing. The last thing she saw was the same thing I'm seeing in my vision, the lid of the well slowly closing over her like a coffin, a horrific death.
This is chilling. But what the medium senses really did happen in this area?
Sometime in the 1980s, this happened. A guy threw a girl into a well and sealed her inside. I think she even died in that well.
This girl is closely related to your daughter, and you know something about it, Olena.
The woman isn't sure, but she thinks Alina's strange dreams, which her daughter occasionally tells her about, might be connected to this whole story.
She says she dreams of falling into a well, scratching at the walls. Her fingers scraped and bleeding.
She comes to me in my dreams often.
She's trying to take over your body, remove your soul, and replace it with her own. She wants to live. You won't be here anymore.
It's hard to believe. So, does this mean that the spirit of a girl who died many years ago is occasionally possessing Alina, pushing her out of her own body? But why?
Wait, Olena, that well was sealed shut. No one touched it. But at some point it was opened. And it was your husband's hands that did it.
My husband threw a pump in there and drained the water into our pool.
When we bought this house and built the pool, I put a pump in there and drained all the water out.
That well was her grave. Her spirit remained there all those years because no one disturbed it. But when it was opened, the girl's spirit was released. By draining the well, the homeowner unknowingly tied the spirit of the deceased to this house. And then, the spirit saw another young girl, alive, happy, living the life she herself had been denied. She loved life so much, and now she wants it back. We must expel the spirit and break its connection to Alina.
To save Alina, we had to take a risk. Summon the spirit that keeps trying to possess her and force it to leave for the afterlife forever. Alina, give me your hands. Close your eyes. Open them. Look at me. Has she come back? Is she here again? It was terrifying. The spirit refused to leave Alina. I decided to use my last resort, a mirror, to create a portal to the other world and pull the spirit into it. Blow. Exhale. Alina, is it gone? Do you feel it? Mom, hug her.
My girl, my girl. Now everything will be okay. My dear girl, it's over. It's all over. Calm down.
Maybe it was just a strange coincidence, but at that exact moment, as everyone was still in shock from what had just happened on set, a cat appeared. This time, it was white.
That was a good sign. Life will be better for this family from now on.
Do you feel better?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
An otherworldly force is taking friends from the same party one by one. Who woke the murderous entity? Can the psychics stop it? Don't miss out. One of the most mysterious investigations. Svetlana Kovtun has lived in a small village all her life. She works at a store in the town nearby and, together with her husband, raises 2 children. She considered herself a fairly happy person until tragedy struck her family. A year ago, her younger brother, Volodya, was found hanged in broad daylight. He was only 33 years old.
Such a huge loss. I couldn't eat or sleep.
Volodya Shevchuk was found hanged in his yard.
After Volodya's death, disturbing visions and dreams began troubling his relatives.
The curtain was drawn back from this side, and I saw his face. He was staring at me.
He appears in my dreams, telling me something, and there's a man standing next to him, but I can't see his face.
After seeing these dreams, strange things happen to the people in reality.
He's been appearing in my dreams a lot lately. He says, "Come on." It got to the point where I came to in my pajamas, standing knee-deep in the river in the valley.
The woman also claims that her thoughts are being controlled by something.
It feels like I have no soul, and my thoughts are like I want to be with him.
The family turns to the psychics to find the answers. They want to know what these dreams mean. Why is their dead relative disturbing them? Is he trying to convey something about his death? And did he really commit suicide? After all, the man had 3 children.
He loved his children a lot.
He loved those kids more than himself. He was ready to do anything for his children.
He was very cheerful. Everything made him happy. He wanted to do everything with his own hands.
Someone who lived and wanted to live just put a noose around his neck. It's hard to believe.
Psychics Olga Kalinova and Yaroslava Fedorova take on the case. As soon as they received Volodya's photo, they immediately get down to work.
In his last seconds, Volodya heard laughter near him. An unknown force was mocking him, saying, "I got what was mine, but what this force is, I don't understand yet. Could it be a spirit or some entity?"
It's strange. 4 people are leaning over a pit. Wait, it's not a pit. It's a grave. I see those 4 laughing over the grave. But someone is watching them. A dark female figure, dressed in a long black robe. She radiates such a chilling cold. She pushes one of them into the pit, then another. And these 2 who are left will be next.
But who are the men the psychic sees in her vision? And what does it have to do with Volodya's death?
It seems Volodya died as a result of a ritual.
This is horrifying. Could someone have forced Volodya to commit suicide? But who?
Hello?
Hello.
Volodya's mother has also come to the meeting with the psychics.
My brother is gone. We think something mystical, something from the other world, pushed him to do it.
You're right. I feel that he was supposed to live, but some kind of awful force interfered in his destiny.
I sense some kind of constant fear and tension around him.
And for good reason. His health started deteriorating. Someone was draining the life out of him.
Yes, that's right. Recently, he began fainting quite often, but doctors couldn't find anything wrong with him.
He was hospitalized many times.
He was always a healthy man, but lately he started fainting all the time.
I don't sense that Volodya wished to die.
He did have plans. He wanted to start earning money in a different way.
Yes.
He spent all his time at work.
He worked in construction. He had his own crew.
Volodya and his crew traveled to almost every town in the area and had plenty of orders. He was the best specialist in his area.
He was a born professional.
But what happened to Volodya? How and why did he end up in the noose?
He was such a cheerful person, always glowing. People were drawn to him.
I need to consult my cards. I see him as a victim. And there's an evil force with horns. It seems he heard its voice. Something called him.
I see 4 doves. They're flying high in the sky, and below is a pit. Suddenly, one of them dives like a stone into the pit and shatters to pieces.
A dove symbolizes a soul.
Yaroslava, look. There's a dead bird here. It's a sign.
Oh, God. It's terrible. At that moment, I understood that Volodya's relatives blamed someone for his death. The woman he loved. You suspect she pushed him into the pit.
We think it was his wife. She'd started going to fortune tellers lately. She didn't hide it, but didn't reveal her purpose either.
I clearly see from the cards that someone performed a ritual, a dark one.
What kind of ritual could it have been? And is Volodya's wife really involved?
There's a secret, and she thinks you know it. But I don't get what it means yet.
We need to talk to that woman.
The psychics visit Oksana, Volodya's wife, at her parents' house, where she has been living since becoming a widow. Victoria and Olena, Volodya's sisters, are waiting for them outside the house.
Oksana, these are the psychics. They need to talk to you.
Please don't film. Just tell them to go away. Why are you acting like I'm a stranger to you?
Don't shout.
Oksana doesn't seem to be inclined to speak to the psychics at all. But why? Could she really have something to hide?
Let's go outside.
If she were genuinely interested in finding out what happened, her reaction would be different.
Get out of the property.
Where's Olga?
When we stepped out of the yard, it turned out that Olga Kalinova was missing. The woman had locked the door from the inside and wasn't letting the psychic out.
I trapped. Volodya's wife was screaming hysterically, telling us to leave and take away the cameras. She eventually agreed to let me go on, but on one condition, that Yaroslava and I would go to the house where she lived with her children and husband before his death. I agreed, and that's how I got released.
The woman silently leads the psychics to the house where she and Volodya used to live, about 200 meters from her parents' home.
Oksana, I understand that you're a mother who stayed alone with her children after your husband's death, but your behavior is alarming. Can I ask you a direct question? Did you engage in magic?
I never did anything like that.
There were some misunderstandings between you. Things got really bad. Between the birth of your second and third children, something went wrong. Why did you start arguing?
We had our own family issues. Go and do whatever you want.
The widow refused to communicate with us outright, and I understood why. Oksana had a male admirer while Volodya was alive. I think that explains her harsh reaction to our arrival. She was afraid her sisters-in-law would turn against her even more, because according to them, Volodya loved his wife very much.
He loved her. He would do anything for her. But Oksana was unfaithful.
He sacrificed everything for his family and kids.
Volodya's sisters are convinced that his wife is to blame for his death, that she went to witches and performed rituals to get rid of her husband.
She's going to get away with it, and I can't live with that.
Volodya's widow decided to avoid conflict, so she simply turned and left without explaining anything to anyone. But why? Could she really be involved in her husband's death?
Look Mom in the eye. Oksana didn't say a word, although our mother, who buried her son, stood there. But may she live as she pleases. God will judge her.
Can we get out of here?
We heard the rumors.
And he said it too.
He said Oksana cheated on him. He came once at 2 a.m. and started telling me, "I'll move in to live with you." I said, "No problem." But I added, "You have 2 children. Who will they be left with?" And he thought about it, got into the car, and drove away.
But could Oksana really have decided to get rid of her husband and send him to an early grave using magic?
Oksana is not involved in her husband's death. Yes, she did go to fortune tellers, but not because she wanted to get rid of her husband. She was simply trying to understand herself and the situation in her life.
Oksana confessed to me in the house that she never wished her husband dead. She only wanted to leave him because she didn't have feelings for him anymore.
But still, Olga, I sense a ritual. However, Oksana didn't perform it.
Yes, I also sense that some kind of ritual was involved in Volodya's death.
And the smell of fresh earth is strong. The smell of a freshly dug grave has been haunting and driving me crazy. I couldn't understand how it related to the case at hand.
I see a spirit. The spirit doesn't approach us. It appears to be afraid of something. Wait, they died similar deaths. He and Volodya were the same age and quite close. And there are numbers, 10, 10, 10.
A month after Volodya's death, his friend hanged himself. Volodya hanged himself on the 10th. And I think Sasha did too.
Why did he hang himself? Nobody knows it.
Sasha lived on the same street as Volodya. He was 33 years old. He was found hanged in his own yard. It's just incomprehensible. But why did the 2 friends die the same way?
The scariest part is that the same force took them to the other world, and it's hunting someone else now. Another man's spirit. He's calling me, trying to show me something. Maybe it's all connected.
Another death, and a young man again.
He crashed into a lamppost, but it happened much earlier.
Serhiy crashed his motorcycle near the garage years ago.
Could you please show me the place?
Incredible speed. He's racing.
It seems he lost control over the bike. The death was instant.
He was hurrying to confess his love or propose to his girlfriend. Something like that. It was in the spring, around the same time your brother hanged himself in the same month.
They were going to get engaged. He was on his way to see the girl, but he never made it. It happened literally 5 meters away from her place.
The spirit of this young man had nothing to do with Volodya's death, but he said that if we didn't sort out the situation, another tragedy might happen. Someone else would die. So, we have Volodya, then Sasha, and there's a third man with them, someone named Ivan. Who is he?
Ivan also tried to hang himself. It happened after Volodya's death.
It's just a nightmare. It turns out that another friend of Volodya's, Ivan, also attempted suicide, but was saved.
What is it? Olga, be careful.
I felt like I fell into a huge pit, like a grave. And again, there were doves flying over the pit. One fell down like a stone and broke into pieces. Then another. The third dove followed them, but something saved it. These are Volodya, Sasha, and Ivan. But there's a fourth one. He's next.
But who are the psychics talking about? Could someone be in mortal danger right now? Another friend of Volodya's? But who?
The cause behind the tragedies lies in some mystical force. And then I saw Volodya's spirit. Behind his back, the terrifying figure appeared, dressed in the long, dark robe, and I saw that chilling, contemptuous look. It was the same figure I'd seen before the investigation. Volodya turned around, saw the look of this figure, and his face turned into stone. There was a look of despair and sadness on his face. I saw tears in his eyes. The earth is pulling. What was the ritual connected to the earth? What did they do with the earth?
They sometimes dug graves when asked. Volodya also took such jobs.
Volodya and Sasha dug graves.
Yes, they did it.
Lots of pits.
He often did it.
I had the feeling that through the shovels with which the men dug the graves, they opened a portal to the afterlife. But how could this possibly have happened?
To find it out, the psychics go to the cemetery.
I understand your grief.
He's asking you to forgive him. He's very sorry he's gone now and can't be with you.
It's so hard. It hurts so much.
He's behind you, Svetlana, and he's embracing you.
Water? Water.
I felt so sick. Like something was choking me. I couldn't breathe.
When it happened, the spirit showed me another vision of Volodya, Sasha, and his another two friends digging a pit in a yard. They're holding shovels. What were they digging in the yard?
The pit for the outhouse. All three of them dug it, Volodya, Sasha, and Ivan. Artur joined them later.
And they used the same shovels as they used for digging graves.
Burial is a ritual. It is performed according to certain rules. Any mistake can have negative consequences and lead to another death. All things used during burial are sacred. They cannot be used in everyday life.
Shovels have a close connection with the afterlife energy.
The men violated all the rules. At that moment, they established a close connection with the afterlife. One wrong move or word, and the program of death starts working.
And he commented on something, and they all laughed.
Yes. He said then that the pit was large enough for all four of them to be buried in it. It was on April 9th, and the next day on Thursday, he did that.
He's weeping all the time.
His tears were running even when he was lying in the coffin.
And he's crying now. He approaches each of you, hugging you and weeping.
I caught the scent of his cologne, and I felt a weight on my hand and shoulder.
Bring water.
Cedar here.
My legs went numb.
I felt his presence, even though I couldn't see him.
The two men who are still alive must atone for it. They should ask death for forgiveness. It's following them. Do you understand it?
Thank you so much.
You explained us a lot.
We are deeply grateful.
It's incredible how a joke about death and burial attributes had fatal consequences for the men.